In a world that's evolving faster than ever, this is a space for ideas, knowledge, and connection. Here we exchange insights and perspectives with respect and curiosity, navigating the digital age together. From the mind to the machine, from the human to the future, we're here to explore the boundaries of innovation, creativity, and learning. Welcome to the journey.
All right. I think this voice is better also. Hey, bro. Mic closer to the mouth. And I took the little thingy out of it. You're a professional. You probably know the name. I don't know. This thingy that is probably for the spit, I think. Or the spit is the other one, yeah? But yeah, okay. I can hear now. I think that also it's kind of logical to put the mic closer to the mouth. I was having it far away and hoping I was going to capture. Beginner's mistake, you know? Good news, passed on teaching English as a foreign language, business English. That's pretty cool though. A lot of things I was already doing it, like it was kind of instinctive for me, but I didn't know the technical side of it. I knew the practical because there were, as I said, for me, basic things to be done, instinct, and now I know that I was right, and I know the technical side. Now I go for online English to one, and that's what I mainly do at the moment. And yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. I'll finish that. And so today, what I brought is I should have I should have I should have saved the story, but I haven't. Pardon me. Rajaham, that's what I call it. Raja Ram or Rajaham. He's a psychedelic trance musician. He's an old school, a proper old school. And what he said about dancing was that people forget who they are. It's I'm a trance lover, a psychedelic trance lover. I played myself. I tried to and played a couple of gigs as well. It was pretty fun. I mean, the ones that I managed to play. And but for me, it had obviously something, but I took a lot of substances while going to these parties, which nowadays I can see, as I have mentioned, that I believe even on non smoking, THC is something I'm fighting against. Right. Like I was saying, I shouldn't beat up myself so much, beat myself up, because I have accomplished a lot. I have already, alcohol, other substances, action, thoughts, mindset. Even though, as I said, I always been a more detached from material kind of guy. But as I said, I had my flaws. I had times in my life that I was I don't know, I was being what I was meant to be at that time, I think, or I was trying out to be that for a while to see if it was how I was like. But yeah, so when I said that to Sai as well, for those that follow as well, Life of Sai, he was also speaking about weed and kind of like fucking whipping himself down. I was like, man, come on, like don't be so hard on yourself. You're doing a lot already. And yeah, so back to Haja, and when he said that, I remembered, I remember all the parties and literally, but again, it comes down to what I have mentioned about when you go traveling, it's the same kind of idea, it's go to a place where you feel free enough, comfortable enough to be whoever you want to be in that moment only. That's why we have work every day, and then now more than ever all these to remind us about who we are every day. That's pretty crazy though. But yeah, and so linking to that, what I was gonna talk about today, it's two things. No looking for sympathy or anything. I'm literally just recording. So I have been diagnosed with early severe arthritis. That explains a lot. I'll let you know where this is linked with Haja. So what made me think when I got that diagnosed, it was I always had pain. Like since I was a kid, I complained to my mom, my grandparents about back pain. They thought I was lazy, but it's not also finding excuse. It's just linking points. And then after soon 13 years old, I started smoking weed and drinking and all that. 15, I was living alone and already crazy life. So my body was really unbalanced all the time, since I was 15, always being unbalanced, too intoxicated. And also brain working very little, which obviously it's what they want from us. It's an easy target to be manipulated and controlled, a brain that works little, right? So right. So me thinking of that, and not only linked to everything that all these back pain and situations where I wouldn't even complain because I felt bad, like back in the day we would say, "Oh, don't be a pussy." Like my grandmother used to say, like, be ashamed and become a man. So okay, that for me then was explained because apparently this can be uh, genetic. It can be genes because my mom has, and then other family members and so on. So that explained that those body pains along my life, but now they have increased a lot. The reason why they have increased, it has spread through my body, I believe was I was already having on my foot quite strong in the past 5 years ish. And I even thought, oh man, as I said, it's fucking wrong. Oh. I even thought it was gout because my dad had gout and I was drinking, I was waking up and drinking already sweet cider. So, and then since I stopped drinking this past year, it had increased a lot. Maybe no more alcohol inside to conserve or something. Perhaps. Maybe. We never know. But it makes sense because if your body was used to, and I dropped alcohol like from one day to the other. So, you know, I know it had brought me all this mental activity that I am learning to deal with. And it's been fun though. Don't take it wrong. And but also some body reactions, pain. I feel more stuff than before. That's why I don't think I would last much. I would die young like that 61 that died because I was going down the drain, literally. Yeah. But, you know, didn't happen. So, yeah, after this diagnosis and I managed to relate to all that, I cried a lot, because now I start to get back to it because I cry a lot. I have always cried. I have always been a crier. So when I was younger, I used to write a lot of letters, some poetry, and I had a few girlfriends who wrote a lot of letters to, and even people that I had a crush, like they say nowadays. I left letters under their, the school bench and stuff. Anyway, so I have always been very sensitive and sentimental. I can feel things when they don't feel right or when they are wrong, and I feel extremely when they are good and when they are bad also, and when they are neutral. So when I started these mental health treatment, like when I decided to accept this mental health treatment, I entered willing to either delete some stuff, which particularly that hasn't changed much, but and learn how to, I wouldn't say hide, I would say store. You understand my accent? Just joking. And yeah, so I wanted to control all these emotions, all these feelings that I have. In some ways, in some ways, I was also a little bit ashamed, I would say, I think is the word. Or embarrassed. But then it was yesterday when I came across this video and I saw this video that something clicked again on me, and I start to think again that there was something to me there, and I didn't know what it was. I don't know if you're gonna believe that or not, but you know. What would be of the green if everybody preferred yellow, right? So what it came to me was today at the park as well, when the trees start to burn. I then realized that I don't need to learn how to control nor to store or hide or anything these feelings and emotions. I need to learn how to manipulate them because there comes the part that some people, whoever watches, might say, this guy is going mental. Have you ever heard about healers? Do you believe in healers? Witches? Wizards? I always did. And things are making me believe that I might be one. If I learn to control this energy, I can then help people with it. I'm starting next week my first Heike course. I still have to finish these tougher ones. It's just the last module to go. All the others are done. Is it the table shaking? See, I feel that the something is shaking. That's another sign. Like, well, you know, I really think so. Why is it going to sleep? Hey, it should be always on. I had changed it. And I'm not gonna do that now. But yeah, that's it. That's what I want to say today. That thing that I was talking about, if you didn't have anything to remember who you were, and then Hajahan said on the video that you forget who you were and you were in bliss, in ecstasy. And then I start to think that there are the entities here to unbalance, there are the entities to balance, and then you have the Oraculo, you have Morpheus, and you have the Keyman, you have the Architect, the healers. So yeah, I want to know, what do you think? Do you believe in healers? If you do, let me know if you ever had an experience with. And I don't know, I'm really stoked. I really think I can control, not control, manipulate this energy. Yeah, because I don't want to say I'm gonna, change the direction of it, because the energy goes in a flow. So I'm just, what I want to mean is that instead of having it and holding it and, being like in, so I can transpass that to hopefully help people. That's it for today. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear something about that. See you around.